We're waiting for the Eastgate Mall visioning session to start. I counted about 30 people here right now, and it appears that we're going to do some table exercise that's going to be in the hallway, so I probably won't video stream that. And that's kind of the status. I'm going to mute it until the actual whatever presentation they're doing in this room begins. Do it. It'd be helpful if I said who he was. We are made up of a number of different companies. I'm with Rico Smith Munson, I'm the executive vice president. And we're also made up with Smith G Studios out in Nashville. Both Scott Morton, Ken, Chant, and Zed will be here for that. Most notably, Sarah Woodward with WZHA. She's our economic and market analysis person out of Maryland. And Cleve Bacon over here, he's another land planner that has adorned us with his presence. So that's our team, and we're going through a good. These guys are getting paid like
thank you. So part of this is the vision and purpose. This is the one reason we're here is to have you give your input about what you think each people district should be. So visioning for us is to gather input from the community regarding the Eastgate District, both opportunities and challenges. And then we have study objectives. So it's to explore the redevelopment options to inform future investments, engage the community on objectives and priorities today, develop potential development opportunities, and identify market-based strategies to support new investment. The timeline for us to get through this, we have been taken a while to gather data, talk to different stakeholders. We're sort of in that past kind of discovery session. Our mission is which is what we're doing this week and the following probably a month or so. Then we'll move into refinement, review and feedback, and final reporting and implementation. So this is an exciting time because this is where you guys get to hear your voices and to give us information that we need to watch. With that, I'd love to take it over to Sarah. She's going to talk about market dynamics.
Just to give,
Let's see if they do anything to define what even is
so on the
this
market,
involved.
so
What are some of the
so that might just be helpful given what's going on there, different land uses. So I'm just going to do a briefing slide, please. Starting with residential, changed a lot. We were at home, foot traffic dropped, there was a lot of store closures and bankruptcies. Also, we as consumers learned how to get our stuff, get our groceries, and get our dinner online. We've also have seen multi-channeling of retail, which means it's not just about a store. Retail has figured out how to get you to buy using all kinds of avenues, whether it be through your phone, whether it be online, whether it be at their store, whether it be through their catalog. We know that the consumer is looking more and more, since we can do so much of our basic shopping online. But for experience, consumer preferences are shifting. Unique products, etc., are valuable to the consumer. We also know that sort of fast fashions, the H&Ms of the world, and discounters have really started to take a bunch of sales out of department stores. So what are the implications of this? Department stores have seen a lot of drop in traffic, which means sales are dropping, and that has impacted malls, Class B and C malls particularly, and their ability to keep tenants to be viable. We know that the store's role is changing. Stores are getting smaller. Stores are really more about the experience. They're almost showrooms for the brand. They're not as much about the end-all be-all to shopping. We do also know that rather than looking at department stores as a way to generate traffic to support inline stores, they're looking at mixed-use environments so that the office buildings, the residential buildings, and the entertainment venues in districts that are walkable end up becoming valuable to stores, and so they're looking for places like that. The implications for the East Mall District is retail is our biggest employer. We have over 4 million square feet of shopping center and big box space. I would suggest to you some of this may be vulnerable in the future as these trends evolve. We know that vacancy in the inline mall is high, and we do know that there's opportunities for mixed use. There are a variety of office, retail, and residential opportunities. Moving into residential, someone told me demographics is destiny. In the 19th. Thank you. In the 1950s, can you hear me? About a third of our households were 1 and 2 person households. In 20, our households were 1 and 2 person households. Why does that make a difference? When you're a single or a couple, you have very different lifestyles than necessarily when you're a family with 3 or 4 kids. We know that sorry about this. We know from the capital markets that those places that are walkable are actually generating more value per square foot. That's that graph on the bottom you can hardly see, but the line that's going way at the top are those places that are very walkable. So the capital markets value settings. And what we do know is that mixed use walkable environments are actually economic development initiative for many communities looking to grow their economy. In terms of why is this relevant to you all, about 60% of your housing stock right now is single family. About 61% of your households in Union Township are 1 and 2 person households. We know that projections are indicating that Claremont County, almost 2/3 of the growth in households will come for 1% and 2% households. So all very relevant to us here today. And then finally on office, what we know that COVID-19 generated remote work. We also allow early retirement. The big dynamic is that now businesses are looking for trying to get knowledge workers. This graph, you can see that in 2010, only about 13 years ago, 10% of those that answered the Manpower survey of those businesses said they were having trouble filling positions. Look at it now. It's much higher. It's black. Almost 70% are having a hard time filling positions. That means that businesses are having to do things that to recruit talent that knowledge workers want. They typically want convenience, mixed-use settings, multi-modes of being able to get ride a bike or walk to the destination, and sustainable design. The implications are offices are looking for those kinds of environments that these knowledge workers want. The role of the office is changing. It's less about a place that you shut your door and you grind out your work, and more about a place to collaborate, to get educated about the industry, and to actually do sort of branding and company identification. So it's really a very dynamic market. The office market is not dead. There's actually a flight to quality. The office is still very good. Here in Union Township, we know we've been a very successful location for office. And the question is whether we can actually make a value proposition that may offer some of those amenities that knowledge workers that want in the future. With that, I'll turn it over to Scott.
Thank you, Sarah. Good everyone. My name is Scott Morton with Smith G Studio. Pleasure being here with you. I'm going to be brief because these mics don't work. I'm going to be brief. Really want to hear from tonight. We have two different plans to get input from you and have you interact with our team so we can learn more about the community's thoughts and experiences in the Eastgate Mall District for past and future. So just again, I want to briefly orient everybody to what we're doing this week, and then we'll jump right into our engagement. So our study area, obviously, we understand is Eastgate Mall. We're also looking at some of the out parcels around it. We will be thinking about bigger implications like connectivity, road improvements, and how to, what is the future of this district? So again, you can see it is bounded by a lot of restricted access highways. So access is an important thing for the success of Eastgate. So we're going to have a variety of different ways that you can drive areas. So we're here for what we call like the design or shred. Shred is really just an intense focus workshop where designers come, talk to the community,
for example,
draw different ideas to get a lot of
without
different
the approval
ideas.
of, I think, 5
At
other
the end, we're going to present our
parcel
findings.
owners, if any one of them doesn't vote.
So today is our kickoff.
That's why it's so
information
this
gathering
way.
session. Tuesday and
Any
Wednesday, we're
parcel
going to have
owner
open
can
design
stop
sessions.
any development.
What that means is
At least of
here,
5 to 11 key parcels. I think there's 5 or 6
or
that it
throughout the day. And people can drop in and have different ways to listen one-on-one, just wall, watch what we're doing, what we're drawing, get thoughts, feedback, and we're directing that. And then Thursday, we're going to sum up everything we heard this week in a final presentation about what we heard.
They're having one session
What
with
are the different ways
30
you
people,
can engage with us while
then
we're
an
here?
open house, the one-on-one, then they're done.
We want
And
to
they
talk
have
a
the
little bit
results on
about
Thursday.
what
So
is
to go.
changing malls, what are the case studies look like? There's a variety of different ways that old malls that are having or struggling for tenancy have repurposed. That may be from adaptive reuse for new uses. Church, for example, creative use. It could also mean looking at healthcare. This is a hospital facility that opened in a dead mall. It has become brought new life into that center, supporting retail and these things. And then also, there's an opportunity to completely transform. thinking outside the box and beyond the shell of the mall, what can this 100-acre site truly be? Re-envision the entire. There's tremendous opportunity at this important location community. So just to kind of see, I wanted to show what we call scale comparison. What you see on the screen, all study boundary. Show you. That's driving me crazy. We're going to show you different places that are in this community and what they would fit to the boundary. This is two scale. So this is really just to begin to see how much space is here. You know, there's a lot you can do with the amount of property, parking lots that are vacant. So this is the University of Cincinnati campus. You can see a large majority of the campus, including the sports fields, would fit within the Eastgate district boundary. This is downtown Cincinnati. We're not playing downtown here. This is just more scale and understanding, of course. But you can see the downtown street grid, a very dense environment, how much of downtown will fit to this large study boundary. This is another suburban town center, for example, mixed-use development near here, Liberty Center. And, you know, Liberty Center plus all the land across the street from it, for example. And so we don't have any preconceived answers. We are in a visioning session, we will listen, and our process is going to be informed by what we hear from you. So we have two different opportunities today. This is going to be fun. One, we're going to do this first one here at the chapel. And then the second one, I'll give you instructions, will be how we're going to do small table exercises in the hallway. So bear with me for a moment. But what I'm going to ask everybody to do, if you'd like to participate, is we're going to do an instant poll. So we're going to be using a program. We're going to ask some questions. And you'll be able to answer them on your phone. We'll be able to see the results in real time of the entire audience. So to use this, all you have to do is either scan the QR code, take you right to the question page, or you can go to minty.com and enter that code. I'm going to give everybody 60 seconds to try to navigate that. And, if you need help, just raise your hand and we'll have somebody come by and assist you. I'm just going to give it a minute just so everybody can have time to log in.
I could probably do this from home. Go to www.mendy and then type 2412-269.
Okay, if you guys need Wi-Fi, for some reason you don't have cell services in here, it's just, you can look up. They have free Wi-Fi, it's under the guest network.
So go on the Wi-Fi. I forgot to mention.
We also have a physical one in the hallway after today's meeting. If you want to add anything to it, we have the questions on the wall. Maybe this is show how many people were able to log on. Okay, let's pretty much post everybody. That's random. Okay. All right, if you missed the first one, that's okay. Just keep trying. We'll get you on the next question. We're going to answer a few questions and we'll have a fun result. So the first question is, we just really want to understand where you live. So you see on your phone a map of Eastgate Township. And we don't need exact locations, we're not going to find you. Just want a general area where you live. So the center of the map is the mall. Which direction in Eastgate Township you live, so we get a better idea of who's in the audience today. So it's filling in real time right now on the dots, represent your input. Got the people, you know, both in the township and right outside the township. Great. Different perspectives. That's what we want. Lots of them in there. I don't know what that. All right, I think we've got it. So we can see majority of attendees live in the township, and there's a good representation outside the township. Great. Let's move to the next one, Ken. So this is a workshop. What we want to do with this question is ask you, where do you do the majority of your shopping today?
The question is basically unreadable on the phone, so it's like super small type.
Very good. Very good. So this is going to size the responses based on the number. The bigger the word, the more people respond. Doesn't go anywhere. Everybody's online.
So I took a long night.
But that's pretty representative. You know, if you see a
That's also
online
the
shopping
expensive.
market share of
And the
retail
confusion
market,
on the question. Some people put in stores, some people put in.
so there's still a lot of people
There'll be
that are shopping in
channels,
the
like online
retail tenants
some
here
people
in the
put in
Eastgate area.
areas like Kenwood.
Some people going outside the Eastgate area, the Kenwood area. I know you shop a lot of other places, but the majority, we're just trying to get a broad sense of where you spend most of your retail time. It's great. We got Sam's Club, Walmart, Marshalls. Majority of people here shop online.
This is
Yeah, so the bigger the word, the more people responded with that answer. Largest response is online. Second largest is Amazon, Kroger, and Walmart. All right, kids, let's go to the next one. So here we want to ask you about the vision for East. I want you to think big and think about, I'm sure that you've driven by the mall some days and thought, man, it would be great if we had this. So we put up some ideas here, but your answer might not be on the screen, but we want to just kind of look at some different options. We'll have other ways to get more input from you as a table exercise.
This one I can actually read.
If your idea's not here, we'll get it down tonight, I promise. Okay, restaurants, absolutely, entertainment. Well, that's great. We'll dive into that a little bit more detail at the table, but I want to know more about those top two for sure, the restaurants and entertainment.
So healthcare, corporate offices,
We'll talk more about
housing, none of that's on the list. So this is like a micro list. The options don't
all right.
actually want to do.
So we want to also talk a little bit about mobility and transport. It's such an important part of the community, how you access community. So what would you like to see more of from a mobility perspective and transportation options in Union Township through the Eastgate District?
It's another video. What kind of transportation do you want to do this point? Even define
Walk on the streets and sidewalks. No,
No,
it's a quick sidebar. I was touring the mall today, and there's actually one of the intersections there was a sign of a pedestrian crossing, a big extra. So, you don't like pedestrians.
There's nothing about cars in this.
Yeah.
So cars are
So yeah,
so
also
that we're
say
trying to get the
streets
brakes
where you can have experience. Number one
This is not an
answer.
option.
Improve street connectivity, better ways to get around, great results, great answers. Wonderful. All right. This last one we want to say, provide a word or a phrase that best captures what you we're just saying it could be, you want to see mixed use here, you want to see parks, you want to see a stadium here, whatever it may be, no matter how small or how big. Write a broad word, but your vision of these games. Change. That's good. All right, town center, unique small businesses. I like that one. Destination shopping, mixed use, vibrancy, town center. Economic improvement, I like 15-minute city. That's great. Well, I don't want to put words in whoever responded, but I think a 15-minute city means that you have access to all your goods and services and needs in an easy, compact, and very accessible environment. Great. Okay. Sorry, this is the last one. What types of open space? Think about right now, the mall is asphalt, very central part of the community, great access, great facility. What types of open space do you see?
Commercial application, things like open spaces, but housing, office space.
I think it's great. Yeah. Leader so far is pavilion, farmers market, gathering area, second community event one, park space in general, outdoor fitness, recreation opportunities, I assume pickleball, splash pad, water feature, that's great. Well, great. Well, thank you all. That was a big icebreaker, really, to help begin to get the creative juices flowing. What we really look forward to diving in and table exercises and throwing out a little bit more detailed information to everybody. Greatly appreciate that. So, that's our next exercise here in a moment. Next. Okay, so what we're going to do here in a moment, you can do is you have a name tag and a number. Trying to mix everybody up. A variety of thoughts on the community. Outside of the hallway, in the back of the room, another room, 4 tables. Tables 1 through 4 are in the back of the chapel. And if you have anything 4 or 5 or 5 over, there's a table with a number in the hall. For a brief moment, we're going to break up the facilitator at each table to go through more detailed exercises. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we have 1 degree. Okay. We have to do this based on the crowd. So if you got a 5, please go to table 1. You got a 7, combining the tables. Or, okay, you got a 6, go to table 2. That'll be fine. We're just going to spread it out. So what we're going to do at the table is really have more in-depth, like I said, and afterwards we're going to have a brief presentation of what everybody came up with. A summary of each table's thoughts. And then we'll break the evening. Try to get everybody out here on time and have a really good. So, any questions before we break it? Great.
This is supposed to
Okay. I'm sorry. You have a 5, 6, or 7. Please come up here for a brief moment and we'll assign you to it.
All right, so I'm going to turn out now from a 32.